Good morning, everyone. The Final Four is here. Finally, we've waited days, hours, moments, and even months. But what we have here, the Final Four from San Antonio, it is the 2018 NCAA Men's Final Four on Ascend. Thank you for joining us here for the 2018 NCAA Men's Final Four pregame show here as part of our Road to the Final Four series. Today, games on TBS. It is going to start with Loyola-Chicago against Michigan at 5:05 on TBS. Again, the road, the Final Four show on TBS begins at 2 p.m. Central Time. That's 1 p.m. on the West Coast. Wait. I think that's wrong. I think it's noon on the West Coast. 2 p.m. Central Time. I think that's what actually it is. So, 4 Eastern. Is that right? Leading up to tip-off at 5:05 p.m. Central Time on TBS. So, we've waited all year for the Final Four, but you don't get the opportunity to see the Final Four for another year. Next year it's going to be in Minneapolis. Obviously, Minneapolis, great U.S. Bank Stadium. But this year, this is the Final Four in San Antonio, the Almadome, the history of Texas. This is March Madness at its greatest. But I've been here since day one watching these games. I saw Duke beat Michigan State when they were number 1 and number 2 early in the season. Didn't think much of it. Both those teams are now eliminated. They didn't even make it to the Final Four. Unpredictability. Loyola-Chicago. Winning and winning and winning. And that's what you need. But today, only 2 teams will walk out alive. The rest will go home with nothing left. This is the 2018 NCAA Men's Final Four show. J-Rod right here in our studios. Getting us set for today's telecast. We have a big-time slate of games. It doesn't get much better than this. South Region champions, Loyola-Chicago, against West Region champions, Michigan Wolverines. For the insight on this matchup, let's go to our picking document in just a moment. After I do some quick things, let's get to our picks so we can look inside Game 1 of the Final Four. Okay, let's send you there right now. This is the 2018 NCAA Men's Final Four. There's 2 games today. We look at this first matchup. 5:05 on TBS. It's Loyola-Chicago against Michigan. Winner to play the winner of Villanova and Kansas on Monday night. Now, today's picks are worth 5 points. Right now, JW trails by 4. It is, I don't even know what the score is, but don't worry about it. He needs to get 1 more right. That's all. That meant I'm +1 now, technically. There's no mathematical way that it wouldn't matter. But if he gets +1, if he goes +2, then it would be over, right? No. If he gets if he gets both of these right, and I get 0 right, I would be down by 6. I'd still be in it. I can't be eliminated today. That's the only thing that. So we're looking at Loyola-Chicago. They come out of the Missouri Valley Conference. They produced Wichita State, Northern Iowa in previous years. But this team's special. They won the national championship back in '63. This team, they execute. They don't. It's not all about I want the glory. It's about we want the glory on Loyola-Chicago. And I have a tough time picking against them. I have picked against them a lot of times here. I picked Loyola-Chicago in the first game. Well, look at the second game. I picked against them. Who, where's this? Oh, that's the second game. So we're here. Yes, I don't know where Loyola is. They're right here. I picked Tennessee. J. Carr, good for you, J. Carr. J. Carr can't pick either. But I did pick them in the third game to beat Nevada. I didn't believe in Nevada. And then I picked K-State. So I'm 2 for 4 when Loyola-Chicago is playing. I want to go 3 for 5. I want to be a good percentage. So I'm gonna go with Michigan. The reason why I'm going with Michigan, I saw them play a lot this year. They played my team a lot, and they beat them 3 times. Okay, no, you should know what team I'm talking about by now, because we got slaughtered by them 2 times, and we almost beat them the 3rd time. But I don't know if I'm gonna say who I think is going to win the national championship today. I'm going to go Michigan because I don't know if Loyola-Chicago can deal with the pressure. There's so much pressure on them right now. VCU couldn't win in the Final Four a few years ago as an 11 seed. I don't know how it's going to be any different. It's tough. It's tough to make it here. It's even tougher to win. I'm going to go with Michigan. To win tonight. I just think Michigan has the edge. Just enough to win. They're going to take a W tonight. And we're going to say Michigan's the best team in the Big Ten. They could have been. They won the Big Ten tournament. So they are the best team in the Big Ten. Or are they the best team in the country? Well, Kansas and Villanova want to say that. They are the best team. But you have to keep winning. And winning means you have to win today as well. Now back to the top here. The other game, Villanova in Kansas. That'll be later tonight on TBS. 7:45 Central Time tip-off. Approximately. But you have the Kansas Jayhawks. They played, up and down all year. They're unpredictable. They lose to Oklahoma early in the season, and then they're Big 12 champions in the regular season and the Big 12 tournament. Now, they haven't lost in a while, but it's going to come at some point. Kansas will lose. This Kansas team is not flawless. If I've ever seen a flawless team, it's not this Kansas team. It's going to be a very, very tough stretch for this Kansas team now. They're going to have to play Villanova now. And Villanova, they will get you. Villanova bites, kids. They will bite. There's no easy games, especially not in the Final Four. You have to play so well if you want to win at this point. And it's not what I'm seeing from Kansas. But I'm going to pick Kansas to win today because I'm going to pick Kansas to win because I can't pick games for my life. And I'm really determined to get one right today. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just don't know how Kansas can lose. It just seems. I got Kansas, kids. I'm going with Kansas. There's multiple reasons why I'm going with Kansas. And one, because I need JW to suffer today, so I have control in the national championship. Two, because they have Azubuike, Graham. They have so many plays makers, and they will play all 40 minutes, maybe even 45, which they played against Duke. And quite frankly, Kansas should be the hottest. They're the team that played the most recent out of all four of these teams. Obviously, the longest wait for Loyola, I believe. They haven't played since Saturday evening. It's been almost a week since Loyola-Chicago's played. And it's been only maybe less than 6 days since Kansas played. So I want to say Kansas is the hottest team, but then again, it's Kansas. Are they going to win, or are they going to get beaten out of the park? And we're never going to hear of them again. This is the Final Four, and you know, a win is a win, a loss is a loss. So I'm going to go with Michigan and Kansas today. If I'm right, well, I win. I don't win these picks unless like JV doesn't come in the next like few minutes. Then JV's absent. JV don't get no minutes in. JV has to pay. JW has to negotiate his terms service. So, but I want to thank you all for tuning in today, because Kansas is an interesting team to talk about. Or many of the other teams. Okay, we're crazy here. There's never been a day where I've said I was so crazy that you can win all day now. Okay, so the Final Four, it's set for a stage tonight. Don't forget to tune in. Tonight, coverage begins at 2 p.m. on TBS, again, at the Final Four, live from San Antonio. And then don't miss the games on TBS, 5:05 and 7:45 on TBS. Again, for our entire SN basketball crew, this has been the 2018 NCAA Men's Final Four presented by JW. JW absent again today, but we'll be here next time for more. Be here Monday night, national championship night. Not sure what time yet. Probably tip-off's like 8, so we'll probably be here at 6 maybe. 6 or 7. Probably 6 or 6:30 actually. After I eat dinner, probably. So this has been a presentation of the Final Four show. We will be back for the national championship. Getting you set for the game of the year, as we do every year. We were in Phoenix. The games were in Phoenix last year. My thoughts on that, real quick. Last year's Final Four from Phoenix. Well, there's a few takeaways. Box out on the rebounds and don't get in foul trouble. And don't let Carolina beat you. Like Oregon should have beat Carolina, and then the refs just like demolished everybody. Have a great night. Have a great day.